Yes, folks, it is Tuesday. Enter the giveaway. We're going to be over at the Amp Dyno section of the YouTube studio, and we're just going to talk about troubleshooting, the problems you may run into when hooking up an amplifier, subs, head unit, the whole nine. We're going to try to cover it. It's a laid-back show, so if you guys got any other questions or answer, just stuff along those lines, feel free to drop it in the comment section. And we got John helping us, not Myers. We got Johnny K. And without further ado, let's just get off the intro and get the show going. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit, huh, John?
Let's get it.
See you guys in 3 minutes.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. I see what we're doing. Kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. Living loud. Hey, yo, we kicking it with Andy at the house. He's coming to you live from the casting couch. He's a kicker freak. Hey, yo, what you think? So grab a seat and get your favorite drink. Don't go nowhere, you'll be glad you waited. Andy content comes highly rated. He got more hits than a Brooklyn mobster, doing hair tricks in the Cookie Monster. Straight give you goosebumps like you ticklish. Hey yo, rest in peace to Chris the Fish. So get your popcorn, Andy's going live. But the show don't start till Deviant arrives. What?
John K. broke up to learn some sound effects. Met some good peeps, now we chillin', relax. The after show is lit, yo, check the live chat. And in the clips, you wanna try that. Kicking it with Andy is such a dope show. He stays super positive and a super chill bro. Making us laugh with his McGill memes. Quality content in all of his streams. Why does Cookie Monster bang harder than a wall? Cause he was the big brand that started it all. Kick a bass so low that it's messing with your psyche. Y'all running sketcher while my homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike.
Tell him, John. Tell him.
Hey yo, Johnny, have a seat, relax. We got this next one. Yeah. Hey yo, check me out. Third verse like that, we say the best for last. Drop a super chat to get your questions asked. 5K subs, yo, he gon' hit. Got a L7X and a Recon kit. Tuesday and Friday, yo, we on the set. Unless he get that Patreon check, go ahead, subscribe, and he's on the mic. If you gotta run by, please hit the like. Solo and Wiz got that fish tank filled, but is he ever gonna? King, you got this.
My homie running Nike.
My homie running Nike.
John on the switcher over there. I see you, buddy. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is Kicking It with Andy. It's Tuesday. I guess you could say this is the great value edition of the Unmasked Show, but we still have fun. We still talk about kicker and car audio. So thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And do not forget to enter the giveaway at kicker.com/umweekly. And we got new prizes, so you guys are going to want to see what they got for you. I'm telling you like I always do. And tonight, we're going to keep it nice and simple. I got this chart. We talked about it about a year and a half ago, but tonight, we're going to actually see. We're going to see how well this chart works. And hey, you won't always need the chart, but some of you might will. And I actually have it on the website that you can download for free and livinloudwithandy.com. Of course, I had to. Of Cornut, what is up? Thank you for tuning in. And yes, the train is here. It's not ready to leave the station yet, but it has arrived. Thank you for being here, Cornut. Appreciate you, and for all that you do. And you know what? I forgot to pull that up. We got to show that before we even start the show here. Did I retape this thing already? I didn't mean to. Cornut sent me a little package. You just gotta look at it. Check it out. Livin Loud with Andy knife. So cool. Thank you, Cornut. Appreciate you, man. And I got a thing for black and yellow. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. William. Welcome to the Kickin' It with Andy Kicker Unmasked, live from the Kicker Cave. That's exactly it. And we got a kicker cabinet, too. You guys might see that, too. Actually, you will. You have to. You just got to look at it. Thank you so much for tuning in, William. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Smash the like. And, yes, 30 on YouTube, 38 altogether. I do not have Kicker Club up, so I'll miss the comments tonight, but we got a lot going on, man. I got tablets, I got computers, I got everything everywhere. I'm running out of devices. And but tonight's going to be fun just for testing an amplifier, seeing the odds and ends of just everything, you know, the problems that you can run into with your system. And we're going to demonstrate it. We're going to test it. I'm going to show you how to do it and just the odds and ends. And John is actually in StreamYard. He's going to help me, you know, go through the comments. If he sees some good questions, he's going to save them. And whenever we get to it, we're going to answer them the best we can. Appreciate you, John, for helping me out. We're going to have an awesome show tonight. I'm so excited. And thank you guys for all tuning in. Uncle Bobby B, baby. You know I got that ready for you.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Baba for the win. Let's get ready to kick it. Kicker Unmasked live with our host, the most, Livin Loud with Andy. I got the most studio equipment next to Ernie, but that's about it. And thanks to you guys. Appreciate you. I got a lot of kickers, too. Eric N, what is up? Thank you for tuning in. I actually got to move my camera back over here just because I like switching it around on you guys, you know? We got Bill Frog, a.k.a. John, in the comments section on StreamYard, and Ernie's still on the camera. But either way, we're having fun. Nonetheless, thank you guys for hanging out. Eric N, CM Enclosure, Ribbed Surround? I'm going to say ribbed, yes. What's going on, Garrick? Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Andy, my friend and brother from another mother. How about them Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions? You know, I'll take it over Tom Brady dynasty. The Super Bowl commercials were good. I would say a solid 8 out of 10 this year. Nothing too crazy, but it was good. And the halftime show, though. You know, I love Usher. But whenever Lil Jon and Ludacris came out with his afro, you know, looking crazy, I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's go. You know, I was secretly rooting for the Chiefs. My dad was rooting for the Niners. I'm like, oh, I don't want them to tie us with all the Super Bowl rings. There's no way. Pat Mahomes has a way to go before he catches up. Who isn't green here? I think they all are, except Basehead 30, but we'll probably get a gifted membership in the meantime. Did my amp just kick out? Did your kicker amp ever kick out on you? You know, and that can be a different plethora of things of why it's turning off, but we're just talking about why the thing isn't working in the first place. What is the problem? Troubleshooting is my favorite thing to do, just because I ran into almost every single problem and I didn't always go to the internet, but here we are in a day of age where it is available and we do live streams, give stuff away. It's fun and it's something to talk about, man. Thank you, 25. Make it rain.
Make it rain.
Hit it, Michael!
Ready?
Choke change with the pennies. Thank you for tuning in, Choke. Appreciate you. Man, you guys are awesome. T. Corley likes the knife. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Of course, we got to do housekeeping, say hello to everybody, and then we will go over to the studio over there. Kicker Club house looks cleaner. It definitely is. I did a lot of work. That's more of the work that I did over the weekend here. I mean, it's still a little, you know, got clothes over there. But still, I have a new cabinet, and it's a kicker cabinet. I forgot to shut it. I got this from kicker.com. Just kidding. No, we needed that, and it just looks a lot better over there. And I'm excited, man. I really am. I really, really am. Appreciate you, Joseph Keenan. I'm talking too fast, now I'm choking. You know, you got to talk to SJC for that one. Thank you for tuning in, RVH. Appreciate that you are here. Again, guys, do not forget to enter the giveaway. I dropped it in the beginning of the show. I'm going to drop it again. Go enter the link. We do pull the winner at the hour mark. And then you got to wait a couple minutes. Let me rig it. Pull the names up. And you will know who won. Appreciate you for hanging out. Elias, I think you just won. What's up? Kicker fan throwing out the emojis. The green team privileges. Let's say, let me scroll down here. It almost is like the Kicker Clubhouse. You know, we got Kicker Club, we got the Kicker Clubhouse, Kicker Cabinet, Kicker Couch. Oh, man, Kicker Studio. It's insane. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I just finished an awesome dinner. Thank you, Kayla, for making that for me. Awesome chicken, vegetables, and rice. Healthy, but it was good. And the chicken breast was this big, man. And, you know. Whew, it's good. Thank you guys for tuning in. What did you guys have for dinner tonight? Andy, would you just look at it? Oh, no, you know what? I'm gonna have to do this just because.
I took a look at it, huh?
Yeah, would you look at it?
Yeah.
You looked at it.
I looked at it.
Very good.
I kept looking at it.
If you didn't know, Ed Bassmaster just dropped a new look at it video. Go check it out. You have to. And speaking of which, Roger, remember for 3 months, he was definitely looking at it.
I took a look at it, huh?
Yeah, would you look at it?
Yeah.
You looked at it.
I looked at it.
Very
I
good.
kept looking at it.
I can't. That guy just played right into it, too. It was great. RVH, I will show you the Kicker Cabinet when we walk over to the other side of the studio, which we're about to do in a second, because I'm actually caught up on the comments. We got 43 people on YouTube, 45 altogether. Appreciate you guys hanging out on YouTube, smashing the like. We only got 18 likes. Come on. Where's Dave at when you need him? Where is Dave when you need him? All right, so what I'm going to do, I already talked about the chart, but we're going to test to see how that chart works, and I think it's pretty cool. Let me switch over to my 2.0 studio. A little echo. Hello. Hello, hello. All right, let me pull this. Now we... Oh. Why is that? Ooh. now let me know if you guys can hear me now. Test, test, test. Yay, nay, yay, nay. It is wasted information. I seen you call, John. I seen you call. I was trying to get that switcher with the ATEM sound working like how it wasn't on the Discord. Okay, so we're good now. And I have to use the ATEM sound, but see how it's doubling there? So I turned that one off. As soon as I turned that one off, it still wasn't working over here. So this one's entirely off, and then this one's on, which is still wrong. Something else I gotta do, but we'll get it going. Oh, man, you know, and that's the thing about it being live. You do all this testing stuff, and you can still get it wrong. Hey, I appreciate you guys helping me out. Thank you. Thank you. And I know you probably didn't hear me, but thank you, Stuart, for the pennies. Appreciate you guys. And thank you, John. I seen you calling me. You know, I'm used to this kind of stuff, but it's like, man, come on now. Come on, man. I can't. Yay, I can hear you. Troubleshoot your audio. Let's do it. That's what we're doing right now. All right, now do I need anything else? I think we can do the little follow me. Come and follow me. La 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 la. All right, so we did a few different things over here in the studio. This is the cabinet setup. Looks super clean. I love it. And man, I was tired of the old one, and now we just got Kicker everywhere. We got the Kicker drink machine, like this whole, it looks so much better. And inside here, I don't know if you can see in here too well, but everything is nice and organized. Like it's nice to be able to just have everything there. Tools, everything. It's awesome. And it's black. And it has Kicker on the front. How much cooler does it get? All right, cool. So let's turn that off. We're going to go to camera section 2 here. Which gets a little weird whenever I come over this way. Now, let's see if camera 1 and 2 work. Can I switch? There we go. And it's going to camera 4. Good thing I checked that. We actually need it on this camera selection right there. There we go. Would you look at that? All right, so we got 2 camera sections. Well, 3, whichever way you want to talk about it. Appreciate you guys. You know what? Since I've been clicking buttons, I got to click back onto StreamYard so I can drop the link when I need to. Thank you guys so much for being patient. I've been doing a lot with just batteries. I got bus bars coming. This is half of a brand new battery setup for not even for the dyno, but for Kayla's car that will be in there eventually. Cyber 12K case put together. It'll be awesome. Let me go through these comments up here. Glenn McPherson, thank you for tuning in. Sean, he loves the bass. The Boss, oh, I love the Boss. Did you see the Boss amp up there? It's hiding up there. It's going on. Kanga, nice tech integration. Man, it's, you know, with all the integration, it makes it easy, but it's easy to also mess it up. And, you know, I've even had issues trying to set up the key technology with the key lock and just, you know, that kind of stuff because it is fancy, but troubleshoot it. And thank you, John, for all your Kicker videos on YouTube. If you have a problem with those, go check out Kicker on YouTube. John does so many videos of the key technology and Q-class amplifiers. Thank you, John Myers, for doing what you do too, man. Let's see. That's one way to look at it. That's all you can do, Jeff. That's all you can do. Stop using the Boss amps. That's probably it. Like I said, perfect for troubleshooting audio show, you know? Start at the root. All right, well, where are my sources coming from? And that's kind of what I want to talk about here. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at it. And the chart's going to help us out, too, with a lot of things. Come on, focus. There we go. You got a focus for me? I think it's focused. Let me know if that's focused. That's going to be, yeah. All right, so let me just make sure these comments are flying by for me so I don't miss anything. We got a few starred there. Thank you, John, for starring them. No voice. He got the CX-1800 on the bench. Did you look at it, Joseph? We're not going to dyno it tonight, but I am going to dyno this thing in the next week or two. The only limiting factor I have right now is right here, this fuse, a 200 amp fuse. I mean, For the kind of testing we're going to do, we're probably going to be pulling more than that to do the amp dyno of this 1800. But regardless, yes, I am excited. Now, one thing you might run into before you do anything, you're playing your system and you're wondering why you got no bass. Always, always, always check your bass knob. If it's at 0 or if it doesn't have a screen, you're going to want to turn the thing up. And man, you know how many times I've seen, you know, people hook up their stuff and like, oh man, it's not working. And then they start yanking wires. It's like, wait. Take a step back for a second. It could be something very simple, and we're going to talk about all that. But that just comes from experience. Obviously, we're looking at the amplifier. Why is there no sound? Why is nothing coming out? Or, you know, whatever the situation may be exactly. Is this not connecting? There we go. I got to turn this back on. I had it on too long by itself without having this on. I wanted to be ready, and I was a little too ready. There we go. And we are paired. 15 volts. All right, cool. Now, let's see here. It does look like a vape, Sean. It really does. We all looked at it. That's all you can do. All right. So, if you didn't notice, I have music playing over here, you know, because all we like is 40 hertz. So that's all we're going to play tonight to keep it simple. And we got the radio on here. All right. So I'm turning the radio up. There's no sound. There's no sound, but why is there no sound? Well, if we look at the amplifier, if we just look at it, I don't know if you can see from that angle here. I don't want to mess everything up. It's not on. The amplifier is not on. But I have everything hooked up. I got the RCAs in. I got the ground, I got the remote, and I got the power and the speaker wires. So if we just look at the chart, what do? Is the amplifier on? Yes or no? Well, it's not. And right to the right, it says right here, is there any... Oh, is that going to show up on the screen? No, it's not. That's okay, though. I thought that would show up on the screen. Okay. Is there any 12 volt reading at the power wire of the amplifier? Okay. Well, let's take a look. And this is the tool you're going to need for literally everything. A multimeter. I wouldn't suggest getting the cheapest one. This one was pretty cheap. It was 20 bucks. But this is going to be your best friend. I got 3 more over there. You know, and it's going to be able to test everything that's wrong with your system for the most part. Now, if it's, you know, your amplifier's blown, maybe. So what we're going to do is make sure we're on DC, which we are, and let's see if we got 12 volt coming from the amplifier. Backwards. I mean, either way, it's going to read right. 15 volts. All right, so we got power going to the amplifier. Why isn't it on? Let's see if there's any guesses here. Yes, always start your research at square one. Absolutely. You have to. You have to. Let's see here. You're not a peasant 25 or Bubba? I mean, I don't think 25 is either. Simon Stately. Thank you. I always pronounce that wrong. Stately, not Staley. Thank you for tuning in again, sir. Just downloaded CapCut tonight to practice. Oh, I bet you Jake got you on that CapCut. It's what all them young whippersnappers use. It works pretty good. That's how I made that last short. It works. Andy, no audio. That's got to be old. Let's see, what else did I miss? What do we got? Anything starred? Nope, we're good. Andy, get a good DMM. I got 3 over here, actually, in the kicker cabinet, which is nice, because now I know where everything is. Well, these aren't, like, the best, but they're nice, you know? Like, they're auto-ranging, and this one was, like, $60. I just like that one because it's small. And, oh, we got a subscriber! Sean Richard just subscribed. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We need to throw up the new one.
I took a look at it, huh?
Oh, would you look at it?
Yeah.
You looked at
I
it.
looked at it.
Very
I
good.
kept looking at it.
He looked at the live show and he said, would you look at that? I'm subscribing. Thank you, Sean Richard. That is awesome. All right, cool. Sorry for banging on the mic there. Kickin Live's at Remote Wire. See, these guys are trained souls. Remote wire, sent signal not turned on. Now, this one does not have... I'm trying to remember. I think with the DC offset, I think this has it. But it's like auto sensing. Remote wire hasn't turned it on. All right, not on the head unit. All right, so the head unit's on. So wait, you're telling me I gotta make the head unit turn the amplifier on? Sorry, we're being dummies tonight. Okay, so what do we do then? If we just look at the chart again, we're gonna be looking at it a lot tonight. Is there voltage? So we had power at the amplifier. Yes. Is there voltage coming from remote turn on? Ah, you guys are on it. All right, so let's come over here again. And we're going to see, and every time you do this, like you could have a bad ground here too. Like this could be an issue as well. Okay. But since we tested here and it worked, that means the ground's good. But you can use anything that's got like pure metal as a ground. I've done a small battery, you know, just to find, instead of using an actual voltage tester, you know, you can buy voltage testers. They're a little bit simpler, but still. So we need to check for this remote wire like everybody's saying. So let's take a look. That's ground, right? Yeah, we got nothing. We got zero ohms. We got 0 volts. All right. Well, the one way to test that would be to check at the back of the head unit. But for the sake of it's a dyno, let's just hit the switch. Let's turn that on. And then we're going to look at it. Holy moly! Now we got bass. Holy moly. 1800 on 2 kicker comps, full tilt boogie, just took it. That's how you do an amp test. All right, we're good. Now you guys know how to fix everything. We're good. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, right? No. All right, so that was fun. So we did that, and now we got power. Now, what does the chart say? We look at the chart, yes. So we had power coming from there, but then there's that ground again that I was talking about. Did you check your ground? And that could be an issue, but if you're up here at the top and you're checking for 12 volt power, if it's your ground, it's probably not going to read too well on the 12 volt run, and you're going to have to do that weird measurement of things. So that was pretty simple. I wanted to do a demonstration of this amplifier here with it going in protect, because sometimes what this guy does, the CX1800, I don't know about every other kicker amp, but when I had a stock inline converter on this amplifier here, and I didn't have the ground hooked up, but I had the line out converter that took a ground, a positive, and a remote wire to turn it on, and just how those work. But it was jammed into these wires, but the main ground came disconnected off the lug, and it was saying it was in protect when the RCAs were in. So I was like, oh no, the amplifier's bad. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that. So these are pretty smart amps, you know, and for being budgets, kind of minding, you know, kind of price range. They're really awesome. I love the CX1800s, and I've been wanting to dyno this amp for a very, very long time. And I figured, you know what, we can go down to 1 amp in the pilot just so that we can do an amp dyno of it, and you don't see too many of them out there. Let's see, no guts, the amp, it's a setup. It's a setup. What's up, Andy? Gearing up for Slamology? Always, every day, man. I can't wait for Slam, and get ready for TDH too, actually. TDH as well. Thank you for tuning in. I have a question. What's up, Sean Richard? Yeah, just, yep. Hammer time. Sean Richard, when I unhook it, remote, my bass hits louder. When I plug it in, it's not as loud. Richard, Sean, that's a very good point, actually. Let's see if you got me in frame here. Yeah. All right, that's a very good point. And that comes down to the BassKnob working with the amplifier. And I've noticed that with very, very cheap BassKnobs, especially like the, what was it? The Walmart Skosh, where it's a line out converter and then it comes with a BassKnob and you unplug it, it gets louder. And I've heard from other brands, you know, same thing, like my Shark 3500, same way. Now, that's not really an end-all be-all. Oh, it's a bad amp, it's a bad BassKnob. It's just you have to set your gain when your BassKnob is at full tilt, just so that you don't clip. Because if it gives you less output, then you're not setting your gain correctly. And you should be doing that anyway, rather than setting your gain if you're trying to be super clear, you know, with your signal and your sound and all that kind of stuff. You should, if you put a BassKnob in, you should always take a look at it and see if it is the same, if it's still playing clean, giving less output, or too much. Very good point. Thank you for tuning in, Sean. And that's a problem you can run into. That's more with test and tuning and stuff along those lines, but still, we are 30 minutes in, man. We are booking. Let's drop, oh, this thing was glitching a little bit. Let me drop another Kicker Unmasked link. Someone from Kicker Club, can't wait for the L7X18. Gonna get 2 of them. They're gonna be awesome. They really are. You know, I've been waiting a long time. I got wind of it back in like 2018, 2017, and I know they've been working on it longer, man. I'm really excited. Let's see. Basshead Fanatic, what's up, Andy? I'm late, but glass half empty, half full. It's always good to catch you. I appreciate you tuning in, Basshead Fanatic. Yeah, you know what? I think I think that's from the no, I'm not too sure. I appreciate you tuning in, man. All right. I'm caught up on the comments. Andy's new channel, would you look at that with Andy? That's it. All right. Now what I want to do here is go back to the chart. So, say if the amplifier is on. You know, the amplifier's on right now. Are the RCAs putting out voltage? You know, because there's going to be times when this amplifier is on and you don't have any power. So what are you going to test? How are you going to do that? Well, you're going to have your amplifier and you're going to have your signal. So we need a test for the signal coming out of the head unit here. See, that's playing music. So, I mean, we could do it. We could just unhook it. And then what you're going to want to do, your RCAs put out AC voltage. Your speaker outputs put out AC voltage. And everything else is DC for your power, your ground, your remote. So when you're testing this stuff here or in the output section, you're going to want to switch your, if it's not automatic, you're going to want to switch it to AC mode. There's going to be AC mode or DC mode. It's in the top left there. You know, real small, but there's a difference. And, you know, squiggle or no squiggle. If you got squiggle, that means you got AC. So what we're going to do, since we have that unhooked, let's see if we got, well, we're going to have to turn the volume up to make sure that we do have, you know, some kind of pre-out coming out of here. So then all you're going to do is tap the inside of the RCA and then the outside of the RCA. And, oh, there we go. We had, it's not the easiest thing to do, but it works. And you're going to see 0.6 volts. 0.6 volts. You know, I could turn the bass up a little louder, get more. This head unit does about 1 to 2 volts. So we got pre-out voltage. What seems to be the matter now? You know, why is this not working? Let's hook this back up. See, I mean, this is working, but for conversation, you know, it's not working. Kibo with a $5 super chat. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Oh, man.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
I love this multimeter though. This was the cutest little thing. I'm like, this is so tiny. And like the advertisement listing for it was saying, oh, it'll fit in your back pocket, you know? And yeah. Thank you, Kibo. I appreciate you. But you know what? It is like the main tool you're going to use for car audio. Really, really is. You know, just because to diagnose these issues, you're going to need this guy to test everything. And I know it's easy. This topic tonight is really light, but still, some people might have a problem of they hook everything up and it's not working. And we're going to test every single problem that you could run into. So if the RCAs are not putting out voltage, what you're going to want to do is look at it and go to the back of your radio for one, see if they're connected, see if they are physically connected. If they're not physically connected, then check the settings. Some head units will have a sub/rear setting so that you can make, you know, they might not have six, we'll say 3 sets of 2 RCA, so it doesn't have a dedicated sub only RCA. And it'll either do rear for just like full range, or it'll do sub, you know, and it just makes a difference with just how those settings are set. Or it can be turned off too. Some of these RCA outs can be turned off. I've been wanting to do it in one of my builds, other than a stock amplifier or stock head unit, of course, but for high level input into a CX or KXA amplifier, who knows, whatever they got coming down the road, because honestly, these RCAs are not true low-level output. They just got like resistors, and you can use your regular speakers that you would have going to your doors, but use that to control and send high voltage into your amplifier. Not really per se making your amplifier work less or harder, but it gives you a better signal to noise ratio, lower noise floor, less gain needed, and it with these amplifiers, they can take it. Now, if you got another amplifier that can't take up to 40 volts, I wouldn't suggest it, but that's what's great about the CXA and the KXA amplifiers. So, again, with the settings, check your source. That is literally the heartbeat of your sound. It is coming from your source and going out and into this to transfer this into more. It amplifies the sound. So always check that. If you've got nothing, it's got to be there. And that's why you want to start at the amplifier and then work one way to the other way, depending the problem that you might run into. Thank you, Kibo. I know this isn't about L7Xs or amp dynos or will it blow, but you know, I figured this is a good topic, and I got other stuff that'll be more interesting. Just got to get all my chips in a line, man. It's been kind of crazy. I know you guys already know all about that, though. You know, and it could be the fuse on the radio. You know, I ran into that, thinking that, you know, my head unit's bad, and it's the fuse. I didn't even know there was one back there back in the day. And I said, would you look at that? Oh, Kibo. Thank you, Kibo. Oh man, I'm gonna have to rewatch this and I'm gonna be like, oh, he got me. 12 volt at 15 volt, too much, you know, and high voltage can be an issue. Why the amplifier, you know, kind of goes in to protect over here is they do have low level and high level. Oh, come on now. There we go. It's trying. It really is trying to focus. I've noticed with this, if I back out a little bit, give a little focus, then I can zoom in. Okay, we're gonna, no. Come on, man. Making me look bad here. And these will go into protect with high level or low level. And I think it's around, ooh, let me think. With this CX 1800, these are pretty low. I think these shut off below 11. I think like 10.8, maybe it's a little bit higher than that. I know the Q class are even higher than that. And the KXAs are pretty low too, depending, at least with the mono blocks. But either way, they have a low voltage protection. And with this, you know what? I think my background music is like a little bit too loud. I can't hear every single thing I'm saying. No, it's just that song. That song be jamming. That song is jamming. Now we're defocused. Come on, man. We just had it. It has a problem with zooming in, and that's fine because it's not really meant for that. It's meant for like the wide shot, and it won't focus on anything. Come on. There we go. Cool. And with the high level, and you know, these have an operating range above 15 volts. I don't know how high. I would say probably the highest is 15.8. Could be lower than that, but still, you know, it's more than enough. And that can be an issue of why your amplifier's shutting off, or, you know, whatever the situation is. You know, we're mostly talking about why is it not working to begin with. You know, because if it's shutting off and not working properly while it's running, then that's a different situation entirely, just because, you know, you got a lot more factors at play of why it's doing that. There we go. Okay, we're focusing pretty good there now. And it's Tuesday.
This is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor.
This segment, talking smack about that multimeter, is sponsored in part by SDK Enclosures. Per Jake, that is only a 3-star meter on Amazon. Go on and hit the like to support our man Andy. Thank you, Baba. Is it really only 3 stars? I mean, I can see why it's maybe not 5 stars. Once these leads are... Oh, you went too far. Once these leads are done, they're kind of done. You know, you can't interchange them. So I can see why the 2 stars there, or 3 stars. Why I panned the camera over is because I wanted to show off the camera, and then 2, I needed a drink. So, okay. Now, thank you, Baba. Thank you, SDK too. Love ya, Kibo. Baba is making it rain. El Fuego with a $10 super chat. Where? Oh, would you look at that? Another one. They just love the Tuesday one. So do I.
This is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor.
A little something for the rigging. I need that 50% off discount code. And yes, if you guys haven't entered the giveaway, we do a 50% off discount code. You know what, let me get my list. Because we got something special for you guys. In the Kicker Bible, in the beginning, one day there was a gold letter. Actually, before that, it was called the Ass Kicker. Didn't know that. First place, you're going to get the Bullfrog 100, but we already knew about that. The Kicker koozie and the limited edition t-shirt. That's the normal stuff that we normally give away from Kicker. Second place is the TW2s. I know you guys wanted them. They're out of stock on the website. If you can find them on Amazon, they're there, but Kicker just doesn't have any more. Wink, wink. So now you guys can win them for second place on tonight's show and, well, every Tuesday. Just 7:30 Central for an hour. You can tune in either here or Kicker on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere. And third place is the EB400. So please make sure you enter the giveaway. And if you haven't already, I will drop it one more time. The Kicker Unmasked link. Cool. Thank you, El Fuego. He wants that 50% off discount code. I forgot about that. That's fourth place. That's the same, though. That's the same. And you can buy anything at kicker.com for 50% off. The Johnny Cam is alive. I know we do got John over here. We do have him. Let's see. No voice, Andy. Okay, I was just making sure. Okay, cool. No, 25's not banned. He's the one that helps us rig it too, so. Oh no, I lost the feed. Well, I'm glad you're back. Jeff never won. You've won, Jeff. Come on, man. All right, cool. Let's get back to the testing. All right, so we did the RCA voltage, testing. If it's not working, head unit. Now, say you tested that and everything is working fine. Like we did, but for conversation here, and we just look at it, there's a lot to this, but not too much here. Now, where were we here? Let's see. Is there voltage? No, check voltage. Remote wire? No. Okay. So we're to the left. Our RCA is putting out voltage. Yes or no? No. Check head unit RCA voltage. I wish you guys could see this. It's not showing my mouse for some reason. And exactly how we did. It's either bad head unit, incorrect radio settings on radio, or just not, connected. Now, the RCAs are putting out voltage on the top left of the screen here, and they are. So, are the subwoofers reading impedance at the terminal? And I wanted to try this because I've never really done it on an amplifier that was hooked up. But I wanted to try it for you guys. Let's switch to the other camera here. And you can actually read it. I don't know about every amplifier, but I've done it on this one here with it still connected. And you can literally measure for the impedance. Now, okay, what's impedance, ohms, resistance? It's the horseshoe. Just measure how many horse heads are there, or horse feet, whatever you want to call them, and see what it's reading. And you're going to want to, yeah, 3 stars. 3 stars. Well, the amplifier's on, right? Yeah, I notice whenever the amplifier is on, it doesn't read. See how it says 0, but it's like all zeros? That means it's reading something. Now, if I turn the amplifier off, you can actually measure this. Which makes sense. And we are at a weird 1.2 ohms, which it's about 1.33 with all these. That's still the same setup that we had for the mismatch woofers, the Dual 4 and the Dual 2. And what's so funny is in Kicker Club, a guy was made a post. He's like, hey, can I run 4 Dual 4s and 2 Dual 2s at a 1 ohm impedance? And yeah, you can, but we tested last Tuesday that the one that's wired lower, either outside the box or just has a lower voice coil, and just how that's wired, it's going to see more power no matter the total impedance at the amplifier itself, which was crazy. And I'm not crazy because people, they ask. They ask. And it's like, I want to do topics that people just don't always talk about. And sometimes, you find some pretty good ones too. You really do. But you got to cover the basics. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's check the comments here. We can see it. Just look at it. Troubleshoot flowchart. I know. I just wish you would be able to see my mouse. You know what I mean? Like a presentation of like, oh, over here. It usually does. Oh man, El Fuego. I think they actually have a position opening. I don't know if it's to clean toilets though. But you gotta just walk around and clean the kickers all day. I'd take that job too. All right, so back to the chart. And okay, are the subwoofers reading impedance at the terminal? Yes or no? If they are, it's just try a different amplifier. Just try a different amplifier, because if you're getting the amps on, the RCAs are putting out voltage, and the sub is reading impedance, resistance, whatever, then try another amp, because that might be the problem, is the amplifier, because everything is doing what it's supposed to do, and that's it. Man, you can't see all my Italians, there we go. That, yeah, I wanted to show that. All right, back to the chart. And now let's say the subwoofers are not showing any impedance. Well, not impedance, it's going to be resistance. Impedance is when you're playing. But check the resistance on each coil on the woofers. Now, okay, so we're measuring here, which is, the end of the line with the amplifier seen. So all we would have to do is go to the box itself. And I'm not going to demonstrate that because that's pretty simple. But all you would do is measure on the outside of the box. If it doesn't measure anything on the outside of the box, then you better take that puppy out and measure each coil and check the connections. It could be just a loose connection between the inside of the terminal or to the terminals on the speakers themselves. And, you know, it could be something like that. But honestly, with this chart, I love it because no matter your problem, it's going to help you and tell you what to do, what to test. Because if we're not seeing impedance here, the amplifier is not going to make power. It's not going to make power. And, you know, obviously you want to check your grounds, you want to check your connections, you know, make sure everything's good, your fuses that everything's running to. But that's where, you know, okay, I'm not getting 12-volt signal out of this amplifier. What do I do? So if the amplifier's on or not, you know, like if it's not on, it could be problems with where you go, no, is there 12-volt, you know, at the amplifier? And if there is, so if the amplifier is seeing power, if it's seeing power and it's not turning on, is there voltage coming from the remote wire? Or, wait, no, was it? No, I wanted to do no. Sorry, I'm all over the place. So if there's no power coming out, check fuse for voltage. And that's all I really wanted to cover with that, just because, you know, if you don't have power here, yes, check your fuses. Check all your connections that are up front. Sorry, guys, I know that was a mouthful and just, you know, a bunch that I'm doing with this show, but check it out. The chart is on livinloudwithandy.com/chart. It's, oh, I don't want to cut that. I wanted to copy this and put it into the chat here so you guys had it. Oh, I can't see my mouse. It's behind the StreamYard duck. Paste and enter. Go check it out. I got that on there, and I got the wire calculator as well, which I think are very useful. If you go to the power wire calculator, you just got to look at it, and then once you click it, it's either there or down below. It's all on there. And you can literally type in the length of the wire, the amount of current that you're running. And I know you guys are going to want to, what is it? Oh, wait. Yeah, we want to pull this back. I know that you guys are going to want to know how much current am I pulling. Okay, so what you're going to need for that, I mean, you can take a guess on your amplifier, but what happens is when you go over a long distance per se, usually they do list what size fuse you need, but get one of these bad puppies. Man, I had this on. I'm glad I looked at it. DC AC clamp. These things are awesome. And just to see how much current you're pulling, you know, when you're playing music, play a test tone. And you can figure that stuff out to use for those charts. I wanted to beef up the website a little bit, one step at a time. Let's see, you got another question. I am here, Sean. Let's add it to the top. And he took his time, researched, and presented it well. Thank you, 25. That means a lot, man. Only thing I caught that the chart is missing is that it doesn't say just to look at it at the very beginning. You know, I thought you were going to say something serious, John. I'm like, oh man, did I miss a spot? You know, that's kind of how I feel at work too. And thank you, John. But, you know, we're going to have to add that in there. We're definitely going to have to add that where you just got to look at it. I tried with the website. We're on the same wavelength there. Bryson, I am live. Love you, buddy. Well, let's see what he wants. Who is that? Hey, what are you doing? You want to say hi to the people? Come on, come here, real quick. Hurry up. You see that? Here, look, ready? You're over there. The camera's behind you. Step back, right? There, you are live, sir. Say hello, Kicker family. Say hello.
Hi.
I love you, Mr. B. Okay, go with mommy, okay? Go with mommy. We're live. We are live. Look, there's everybody in the comment section. Look. Look, there's Bubba. This show is live, folks.
That was it.
Okay, wait.
That was.
You know who's watching right now? John K.
That
Say
was-
hi to John.
That was
You
me.
remember John?
That was me.
That's you over there, too. We got screens everywhere. We got them everywhere. All right, no twerking. And we keep it PG-13 here, folks. Yeah, I know. There's like 10 screens. We need more. Had to do it, you know what I mean? Life is short, and family matters a lot to me, as it should with everybody. Appreciate you hanging out with us during all that too. Mr. B canceled. Uncle John, that is Uncle John. Andy in the dad mode. Hello, Mr. B. Dubby. All right, cool. So I feel like we covered everything on this. I don't know. Let's just take one more look at it. Just take one more look at it. All right, I'm looking at it. Oh, the amp's not on. What happened? Oh, we got to turn on that. There we go. Now we're good. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of problems you can run into, but I feel like we covered mostly everything that we're probably going to run into. So let's switch it over. Walk over here. I left my water over there. That's no good. Come on, round the circle. Round and round we go. All right, cool. What time is it, guys? Let's see here. Channel 1. Cool. Ooh, I'm way far behind here. Woo! I keep doing that with the mouse. I'm scrolling too fast. Oh, we got some starred comments here. Super chats. Got them. Cool. Awesome bass dad. we do have a bass dad, but bass family here, man. You know, Taylor runs bass. We got married with bass. Bryson's always talking about kicker. I mean, I know I influence him a little bit, but it is definitely a bass family, man. Just, I love what I do. Let's see here. Yeah, it's against terms of services. Yeah. I can't. Let's see what I missed. Basshead Fanatic, thank you, John. How do you clamp when running multiple amps and runs? Well, that's a good question. That's a darn good question. Let me switch here. I like that because it does make you think about how do you do that exactly, of clamping more than one amplifier or speaker, whatever you're trying to read. If you're clamping a speaker, you're going to want to read the AC current and, you know, the voltage, and that's how you get wattage. If you're trying to see how much DC current, which is what your batteries are supplying to the amplifiers, and pretty much what we're doing for the fuse ratings, you're not fusing your subwoofers. I mean, you could, but that's kind of a waste of time. So how do you do that with multiple amps? Now, in most cases, if if the amps are all set the same, then yeah, I think you would just need the voltage of one. And then, because I mean, that should be the entire system voltage drop. It shouldn't change over each one, but if you want to be particular, it could. But we're not. It's not going to make a huge difference of how much current you're pulling from your system. I mean, total. It's not going to be a far number off. So you would check out the voltage, but with the current just alone, just how many amps am I pulling? All you do is run that around each one of those wires that is hooked up to each amplifier. If you got 3 of them on there, then you clamp around all 3. You could do one and multiply. That's how they kind of do it in some lanes, but like not world finals, like they're clamping every single one. And they're measuring every single one because, you know, you can turn one amp down and the other one's doing twice the power. So you can't really do that. So I suggest to clamp around each and every one of those to figure out that amount of current. Let's see, I think that's it. Multiple amps and runs. Yeah, I mean, you could do it simply just by, like I said, just clamping one, doing the math, but you'll get close. As long as everything's set the same, you'll get close. You won't have an issue. My voice sounds weird right now, and I don't know why. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. It might have been this mic. I don't know. Excuse me. Would you just think about it? That's it. Thank you, Basshead Fanatic, for your question. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. And I think the giveaway is going to be over in a minute. Let's drop it one more time. I doubt you're going to have time to do it, but it's there. Let's see. Man, we got a lot of people. Wow, look at all them comments. Would you look at that? Jeez. 36 likes, 47 people watching. You guys are awesome. And I know this was an easy topic tonight. Like, it wasn't like rocket science or blowing something up, but I feel like it's searchable, you know, where people are like, hey, how do I do this? And having it on the website so that you can just look at it and go step by step of figuring out what's wrong. You know, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's a nice little cheat sheet just to get you going, man. It really is. Let's see here. Yeah, let's crank that up. That's the problem. Turn up the gain. Eric, I liked my little Kicker ZX300, but it did not like 1 ohm. Yeah, those are 2 ohm boards, especially the ZX series. It's an older amplifier. Now, I know the older SX amplifiers, like the SX1250 that I have, is 1 and 2 ohm stable, but it does a lot more 1 ohm, you know, obviously. But, right, most of the Kicker amps around that time were full bridge and 2 ohm stable. And I'm trying to remember, I don't know if the SX1250 is strappable. I know the KX600, the older KX600.1 was strappable, aka it's not a full bridge design, and I think it could be 1 ohm stable, but it might not even be. I think that was a 2 ohm amp, but I'd have to check on it, you know. And just because you can't run 1 ohm is not really the end of the world, especially with an older amplifier. They were just kind of designed differently. And if you look at a lot of the Kicker amps, man, they make buku amount of power at 2 ohms. You know, every other amp dyno, you know, kind of amp that I would do is like, oh, 500 watts at, you know, 4 ohms, 1,000 at 2, and 2,000 at 1. That makes mathematical sense. And then it's like, Kicker's like, nah, here's 900 at 4 ohm and 2,000 at 2. And 1, and it's like, I don't know if I can do the 2 ohm run. I need bigger resistors. That's crazy. So it's nice to have that power at that higher impedance. Now, I'm not saying you can't wire down lower, but you might lose a little bit of your transients. Maybe, I don't know, the gain. It's just going to make the amplifier more sensitive. The gain, you know, I don't know. There's pros and cons with it all. Airline Commander, thank you for tuning in. I see you're a member too. Hi, Andy. How you doing? Doing well, man. I've been just honestly cleaning this YouTube studio back and forth all over the place. I mean, we got the clothes over there, but that's just all my shirts. I got a lot of shirts. And putting this giant Kicker cabinet together. There we go. It's focusing. And, you know, just the odds and ends of just, you know, all this stuff, man. And just planning it. The battery bank down below, been putting that together. Got a bus bar coming for the second part. Got my fire extinguisher because you always need that. And, you know, just working on his studio all weekend. And I had fun doing it. I really did. And, you know, just to get ready for Tuesday's show. And Kicking with Andy is awesome, man. Because Kicker Unmasked is like the best show, like on YouTube, car audio, live stream, hands down. Biased. Call me it, whatever. It is the best show. It's the most well put together one too, and the guys that run it are awesome. I just want to say thank you to those guys for making this show what it is too, as well, with the prizes that we do give away, and it's awesome. So thank you, Ernie, Steve Irby, Bill, J-Dub, just everybody, Aaron, both Aarons, John Myers, the whole gang, and can't forget about Jacob Lee Lucky, and well, not Tim anymore, but we got Steve, and we got them all. Thank you guys for doing what you guys do. Every other Tuesday. That's a mic check, folks. Thank you, Baba. I think it was just switching from one set to the other. It's like your voice sounds a little bit different. I love these headphones. I do. Thank you, Sean. That's what I was looking for. Sean Lynn, can you go over the pros and cons on half bridge versus full bridge? Oh, well, I wouldn't say that there's pros and cons. It's just they're going to be used differently for each kind of setup. Like if you have a full bridge amplifier, you're not going to be able to strap it. Now, not all half bridge amplifiers are strappable, but in a sense, that's kind of what a full bridge amplifier already is. It's like 2-board strap, but it's not. Just how it's designed. Half bridge tends to be less efficient, watt for watt, regardless of the parts used. It's more of the topology of how it's put together and how it produces the sound. And okay, so a half bridge amplifier has a positive swing for everything, and it just has like a neutral slash just ground, and that's it. So you got your positive swing doing the whole 80 volts of rail. And with a full bridge design, it's different. It's not a switching technology. It's not like the Warhorse amplifier, but it's got your positive and your negative, and only has to go 40 up and 40 down to complete that sine wave, rather than doing the entire 80. Just kind of simply put. There's a lot more that goes into it than that, and not the only reason why it's more efficient, but why smaller parts are needed, because the rail voltage doesn't go as high. It's a full bridge. You need half to make the same amount of power, and that's why you can't wire down as low in most cases, because you'd have to have a board that can wire half as low, because you're putting two together. It's the same thing as running like a 2-channel or 4-channel amp and you're bridging them. You'd only be able to bridge at 4 ohms because each channel was, stuck at 2 ohms. So if you bridge them together at 4, each one really saw 2 at the end of the day. And if you wired a 2, each one would see 1. So I would say that's the con of the full bridge, but not so much. Just because you can wire lower, usually amplifiers, when you're to get that full tilt boogie power at like half ohm, even though you're not going to see that, the amplifiers are less efficient at a lower impedance. Now that's a whole nother thing too. Like, oh, well, is it good at 4 ohms? Is this one at 4 ohms or 2 ohms? There's no way to really compare it. I would look more so at the efficiency of the amplifier pulling the amount of DC power from your batteries. I would worry about that rather than how it works. And look at the impedance and know what you can do and the quality behind it. Most of the Kicker amplifiers are full bridge, other than like the 4-channel Class A Bs and a few others along the lines. But anything small, it's going to be Class D and usually full bridge. And I like the full bridge technology. Kicker's been doing it for years, and a lot of the big names, the JL, Alpine, Rockford Fosgate, man, and there's a lot more than just full or half bridge. I would love to get Bill down at Kicker, the amp dyno section area. Like, he's the guy working on your amps. I would love to get him on one of these shows. I don't know if he's a big live streamer, people person on a video chat, but he is very smart and a good friend of mine, and he could just talk circles around me on this stuff. Good question, though, Sean. I love you too, Adir. We all love you, Andy. I appreciate you guys just hanging out, being here with me, just being part of the show. Thank you so much, like big time. All right, so we're already over the hour mark, and I'm about to do the winner stuff, so hold tight here. RBH says, in most cases, running below recommended impedance is going to pull more current through the power supply. If the power supply is not designed for high current draw, POP, smoke, stinky. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of variables of why the amplifier is going to go pop whenever it sees too low of an impedance. And I think it has something to do more than just the power supply section, which it very well could. I think it could also be the output section, because you think about it, to get power, you have voltage, divided by resistance equals current. Okay, so to get that amount of current, you need resistance. The same, it's Hoffman's iron law kind of situation of just figuring out, you got this, you got that, what is that? And there's always a mathematical way to figure that out. So at 1 ohm, if you got, we'll say, make it easy. We'll say 40 volts. Not like most amplifiers are going to do this, but 40 volts on the amplifier output section on the rail, and you got 40 amps of current. You divide the two, that equals 1. So that would be a 1 ohm resistive load. The amplifier is putting out 40 volts, 40 amps. So what happens is whenever you wire down below 1 ohm, that actually doubles. So the voltage would stay the same at 40, and then the current would be 80. And that would be your half ohm load, your half ohm resistant load, and that's where the amplifier cannot supply 80 amps through the rail section. Regardless, it is current. It is current. It is current. Man, that could have been a show in itself. Let's see here. Switchy, switchy. I love the green light. It's perfect for the green tip. It's staying. It's staying. Food time with bass. Thank you, CM. I appreciate that you're here just hanging out with us. Love learning, so these shows are great. You know, and there's always things to learn. You know, and I feel like I need to learn more about speakers and how they work. That's why I need to dig more into the book that Bill gave me. But I've been digging a lot into batteries, and I feel like, you know, I can learn more, but we got to spread it out some too. You know, I feel like there's always a way to learn more about, especially what we do. You know, these icebergs are deep. They really are. He's already starting for next year. Come on, man. let us suck it in a little bit, you know, like, oh man, I don't know. I like Patrick Mahomes. I do. SJC, you're late. I am late but present. Sup to my homies. 10.9 and the 14.4 volt cruise. Thank you for tuning in, man. I miss you. Are you talking about powered amp diesels, powered subs? Sour diesel. I have a Honda Ridgeline, so I have limited space, probably under the back seat. Do you think under seat sub amp combos are worth it? It all depends what you're trying to do, man. If you're trying to just have bass, you know, in your car without changing everything, then the downfiring enclosures are awesome. And especially if you want it to be super clean and neat, you can get the combo kits. I wouldn't recommend too many of them, but Kicker just came out with their, I think it's the Comp RT powered, loaded, downfiring enclosure. It's like $500, but you're getting the box, the sub, and the amp, and that would be the perfect kind of just slap it in, and you're beating down the block. Now, if you want to get more bass, obviously, you're going to have to change some things, you know? If you backspace, then you got to talk to our boy Bubba. He's dealing with it now, you know, lifting of his seat to fit a bigger box. Or, you know, hey, let's take out an entire seat. Or take out both the seats and build a bigger box. Or, hey, you know what? Let's just start cutting metal and make a blow through. It all depends where you want to go, what you're trying to do, and what you're willing to give up. But I think they are worth it. Honestly, as much as I love Kicker, the hideaways are a miss. If you love bass, it's going to leave you one. Yeah, you know, the hideaways, what I would suggest that those are for is for a stock radio that's really, really bad, and it's missing that fuller, not deep pounding bass, but just that fuller sound, almost like a subwoofer that you buy from Walmart for your surround system, like a Vizio setup or something, and it just gives you a little bit of extra, you know, sound for your home theater. It's not a complete home theater system, but it sounds better than what's coming out of the TV speakers, which are just, they purposely make those bad, so you buy their sound bar. I'm telling you. Excuse me, guys. Every time, man. Thank you for tuning in. Fantastic show, Andy. Thank you, Kicker, and all my Livin Loud with Andy chat brethrens. Absolutely. And let's get the rigging going here. Let me just take a look at it. All right, there's the giveaway. Would you look at that? Troubleshoot chart. Okay, would you look at that? And we got 54 lucky contenders and or bots. Alrighty. Oh, hold on. Let me get out my handy dandy notebook. No, it's over there. I mean, I could use that too. Stuart says he is a bot. And I'm not going to judge him, man. I'm not going to judge you. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, would you look at that? Taylor Swift versus Niners rematch. You know, I heard there were some games going on every time they showed Taylor Swift, but they only showed her like 4 or 5 times. So it could have been worse, but I don't mind it. Kayla's obviously, you know, she's a big fan of Taylor Swift. So, you know, but it is funny. Travis Kelce was going a little crazy afterwards, but hey, who wouldn't be after winning the Super Bowl? You know, like your blood's pumping. I probably do the same. I do it here with 50 people watching, not 50 million. So I can definitely understand. Stuart said he wasn't a bot. Hey, I'm just trying to keep, you know, the winnings going to a real person. Because if a bot gets a discount code and they own like a bunch of Bitcoin, which Bitcoin did go up recently, they might just buy all the kicker stuff. I mean, that's not a terrible thing. But then there won't be anything left for you guys. I'd be upset. All right, cool. Has the train started? Andy, what's in the cabinet? It's the same thing that's in the box. Dubby! I mean, we do like the rib surrounds, though. We do like those ribs. They come in handy for sound signature, and I don't even know. And, you know, I'm sure there's some kind of, you know, fluid dynamic reasoning behind the ribs rather than just for mechanical suspension, like maybe some kind of diffusement of sound. I don't know. I'm talking up a tree. I don't know. But I would love to learn, you know, and I'm sure whenever surrounds don't work and they buckle, it's probably not helping whatever that sound thing is. It's just not helping. So I'm sure there's a reason why they're there too for that. Would do anything to help Bubba. We got to help out Bubba. Bubba's always there for us. Andy Goby running 412s. They are dual 4s. How do I wire them to my 3K? So you got 412s and they're dual 4s. So you could be at 2 ohm or... Wait, let me think. 4 dual 4s. No. That'd be... I should know this one. Yeah, you'd be at 2 ohm, quarter ohm, or 8 ohm? No. 4 dual 4s. I know you'd be at 2 ohm. And then half ohm. Yep. 2 ohm and half ohm. And you could do series, parallel series, and it might give you a different, like 16 and 32. I forget how it works. Check out the calculators. I'm going to have to put that in there too on the website. Now, to the 3K, you're going to be stuck at 2 ohms. Let me do the math really fast on that because, and you can always check it out at Ultimate Car Audio app or Kicker app. So might as well use the Kicker app. I mean, we are on the Kickin with Andy show here. So, and am I logged in on this screen? No, I need to take over the screen. Come here. I'm actually on the other phone over there for that top shot. And for over here, it's using the same, you know, camera lens kind of thing for that. Now, it might not work because it's connected. No, it's going to work. There we go. Would you look at that? I'm going to help you guys out here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. I share. Okay, we're good. Share the screen. We're good. Now, if we go to 1, 4. All right, we're set. Now, we're going to want to go to the Kicker app here. And go into Wiring Wizard. And you got 412s. And they're duals. And they're 4s. 32 ohms, half ohm, 2 ohm, and 8 ohm. Ooh, I was close. I was close. So there was a 32 in there. Half ohm and 2 ohm. So, you know, if it's a 3K that can handle half ohm, I would do it. You can run 2 ohm, but depending the 12s, you know, you might not need all that power depending the 12s. It all really does depend. Thank you for your question, Sean. You just got to look at it, W. I think that actually is a kicker clock. It sits right above my gray hair there. Let's see if we can get a zoom in shot here. No, you're not going to zoom, are you? It has a hard time focusing with this HDR on, which is nice. It makes it look good in this room, but it's having a hard time focus on things like that. There we go. Let's just do that. See, and then it works. And then it doesn't. It tries to do something else, and it's like, nah, man, just hear me out. You're good. Maybe I can turn some kind of auto focusing off and then just solely focus here each individual time. So that'll, I mean, that's why we do these live streams twice a week, so they get better and better each time, and I think we're getting there. Jace, thank you for tuning in, hanging out. Appreciate that you're here, Jace. Hope everything's doing well. It's going really great, man. That's why we have it in HDR, you know. American Base 3K. What are the subs? All right. Now what I need to do, keep seeing that no voice Andy thing. That's the problem. He won't just look at it. He that's all he has to do is just look at it. Oh, it's trying to focus on the words around you, but what's good? I know, you're telling me, man. It does better with the outside stuff than the person, but that's okay. All right, let's type in these names so we can give these prizes away, guys. I mean, you know, Kicker does, like the Unmasked show, they do it for an hour and a half. We could make these shows an hour and a half. We could make them longer if you guys wanted to. I mean, usually it goes till 10:15-ish. I mean, we're at 9:50, so I'm glad I dragged it out a little longer here. Let's see here. Third place. Let's type this guy in. Okay, that's one. Second place is cool. Again, if you guys missed it, you guys are getting the TW2, the new wireless headphones. Oh, this guy's going to be happy. Ooh. I typed the wrong town in for the right person. Does that make sense, right? Ah. Okay. First place. Type this guy in here. Riggedy, riggedy, rig. Ah, Fuego won that one last time. Yeah, it's definitely rigged. Wow. It is so rigged. You know, like Kansas City. And then someone won in Kansas. And they got first place. That's crazy. So if you live in Kansas, you got a good chance of winning there, right? Now they're like, oh no, I don't live in Kansas. But there's 2 first places on the show. There's 2 first places. And that's what's great about Kicking It with Andy. I mean, Unmasked is fun and they got a better show, but we give out that 50% discount code too, which is awesome. Thank you, Kicker. Let's see. No, we just need last name. And then, okay. And that is good. Cool. Now that's set. Let's check out the comments before we do the giveaway and see what we missed. Oh, camera. Oh, no, not over there. Wiz, you might as well say hi, Wiz. Come on. Don't be shy. There he is. There he is. He's ready. Live and ready. He said, just feed me already. Just feed me. Thanks for hanging out with us, Wiz. And I just lost a comment. Don't press space on StreamYard. Thank you guys for hanging out, holding on while we get that together. Fuego, what's up, Budget J? Extremo, thank you for hanging out with us tonight as well, man. Super. Riggedy, 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 riggedy. It's like, instead of Liberty, Liberty, Liberty Mutual, it's riggedy, 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 riggedy. You know, that's the thing. It's like you gotta finesse it. You don't want it to drag out too long, but you don't want to cut it off too early. It's very hard. See, 25 said that's enough. I don't need to see Annie's face anymore. And speaking of which, I will not. You guys can hang out, but I know you'll be in another Discord because we got a few 10.9, 14.4, and SDKs. But I actually do have to leave after the show here. And I actually have to drop off Kayla's car to get inspected and, you know, coolant flush and just, you know, the checkup for her car. Plus, it's going down to TDH in a month and a half, so that will be smart to do. And doing that right after the show so I can drop it off and it'll be done tomorrow. They'll work on it in the morning. So I will not be making the after party. I love you guys. But I'll be back later if you guys are up. I might jump on. Let's see here. Which we usually do in my Discord, which is fun. Just to hang out with the guys and you guys get like one-on-one questions asked, answered, whatever. You know, we just talk. We hang out. It's fun. It's fun. What kind of headphones you got on? These are the discontinued Kicker Cush NCs. You might be able to still find a pair, I'm sure, on Amazon or eBay, but maybe Amazon too. They're very, very nice. Sean, thank you for... help me out and answer my questions. Thank you for tuning in, Sean. That's what I do, man. And that's why these guys, you know, help just push the show to the finish line each day. And so we can help out the people like you. And thank you for tuning in. All right, cool. Yes, that's a thing. Thank you, Kicker Car, for tuning in. All right. I got comments over here so I can see you guys doing that kind of fun stuff. And I can list off these names. So, my list is over there, but I'm going to do my best to remember because I think we only switched, we switched one thing around. Third place, instead of the Kicker Tumbler, you will get the Bullfrog, or not the Bullfrog, the EB400s, the water-resistant headphones. They used to be the second place prize. They're now the third place prize. So that means something better came up, but you guys already know what it is. And you get the limited edition unmasked shirt. And it's not the ones you buy online. It's the fancy gray ones that we wear. And they're awesome. Limited edition. And the Kicker Koozie, swag pack, cups, lanyard. You know the deal. Third place goes to Farrell H. from Jamestown, North Dakota. Congratulations. Appreciate you for tuning in. And check your email. Tell them you want a schmedium. They might laugh. Thank you for tuning in and watching the show. Second place. Oh, I forgot. It's not a Kicker Tumbler. I forgot to change that. But you guys know what it is. Second place is the TW2s, the wireless ear headphones that we talked about. I think that was Friday. And they are awesome, by the way. And if you ever have an issue with them, you put them in too fast, and it sounds like the sound disappeared. You just got to blow on them. Don't push them in super hard. They will not sound as good. You got to blow on them. I was like, what the heck happened? Is it the setting on my phone? Went right to the chart. Just kidding. No, I just started looking at it, and I was like, well, let me just... yeah, that was it. I pushed too hard in there. They are awesome. But those are the TW1s. These are the TW2s. Second place, t-shirt and swag pack goes to Sean L. He's in the chat. We know him well. From Dallas, Texas. Thank you for tuning in and congratulations, man. First place. We got two first place. It's technically 4th place, but I don't know. I feel like it depends your mood. Do you want a Bullfrog 100 or 50% off discount cut? You know what I mean? So first place with the Bullfrog 100 and the t-shirt, the swag pack, kicker koozie, the whole 9 goes to URLC, Overland Park, Kansas. I don't know if it's Kansas City, but Overland Park in Kansas. It's rigged. It is rigged. Congratulations. Check your email. Bill will be reaching out to you. 50% off discount code. anythingkicker.com. I will be sending you the email. Just all you have to do is type kicker back. It's it. It's real easy. Just so I know, you got it and I got the right email. And so it's not just sitting there forever and you're like, I never got my code. Oh, I sent it to you. No, there we go. That's how we do that. 50% off discount code goes to Greg Y in Midland, Texas. Congratulations, man. And thank you guys so much for watching. Greg Y from Midland, Texas. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Would you? I have to.
I took a look at it, huh?
Yeah, would you look at it?
Yeah.
You looked at it.
I looked at it.
Very
I
good.
kept looking at it.
I kept looking at it. I'm sad I don't get to hang out with you guys on the after party because that is great. But go check out that video. Ed Bassmaster for the win. He has no idea who I am, but he is awesome. Maybe one day he might take a look at the show and say, would you look at that? I'm all over the place. Would you look at that? Or would you just look at that? It's over here. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that? Drum roll for the big one. Congratulations. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Awesome just people watching, for, congratulating other people for winning, that's like got to be the hardest human thing to do. So thank you guys for being awesome. And yes, Bobby B, you didn't win. I'm sorry. 25 won again. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Is it? I mean, the Texas makes sense. It does. What? No. No. No, not happening. We're pulling that one. We're pulling it. Oh, I see it. 25 hertz right there. Pulled. I love you guys. And make sure you tune in next Tuesday for Kicker Unmasked. And just, They do throw up videos, so make sure you check on YouTube. Go give them a follow. Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9. Thank you, Kicker, for making the show, on Tuesdays. Extra special. And thank you guys for watching. It means the world, and I really try my hardest to make these shows good. So thank you for watching, taking your time out of your day. And as always, stay living loud. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, Friday, of course. See you guys.
Let's get it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. I see what we're doing. Kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. Living loud. Hey, yo, we kicking it with Andy at the house. He's coming to you live from the casting couch. He's a kicker freak. Hey, yo, what you think? So grab a seat and get your favorite drink. Don't go nowhere, you'll be glad you waited. Andy content comes highly rated. He got more hits than a Brooklyn mobster, doing hair tricks in the Cookie Monster. Straight give you goosebumps like you ticklish. Hey yo, rest in peace to Chris the Fish. So get your popcorn, Andy's going live, but the show don't start till Deviant arrives. What?
John K. broke up to learn some sound effects. You bet the good peeps now chillin', relax. The after show is lit, yo, check the live chat. And there's a clip, you wanna try that. Kicking it with Andy is such a dope show. He stays super positive and a super chill bro. Making us laugh with his McGill memes. Quality content in all of his streams. Why does Cookie Monster bang harder than a wall? Cause he was the big brand name that started it all. Kick your face so low that it's messing with your psyche. Y'all running sketchin' while my homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike. My homie running Nike.
Hey, yo, Johnny, have a seat, relax. We got this next one. Yeah. Hey, yo, check me out. Third verse like that, we say the best for last. Drop a super chat to get your questions asked. 5K subs, yo, he gon' hit. Got a L7X and a Recon kit. Tuesday and Friday, yo, we on the set. Unless he get that Patreon check, go ahead, subscribe, and he's on the mic. If you gotta run by, please hit the like. Solo and Wiz got that fish tank filled, but is he ever gonna finish that Walmart build? Ain't got a witness, so we'll never know. That was 3 minutes, now enjoy the show. Let's go.
My homie running Nike.
Hey, yo, Andy. Love you, boy. Keep doing your thing, King. You got this.
My homie running Nike.
I took a look at it, huh?
Oh, would you look at it?
Yeah.
You looked at
I
it.
looked at it.
Very
I
good.
kept looking at it.
I forgot to mute that. I love you guys. And the Kicker cabinet is awesome. Thank you, Kicker, for sending that. No, thank you, Amazon. And thank you, Bill, for sending me all those stickers for my wedding gift included. You know how much I love Kicker stickers. So thank you so much. And please hit the like. Thank you, SJC. Cornut coming in early. Insert caboose comment here. Bubba with the super sticker in with no LLwA. Got it. Love you guys. No, Cornut, Roger, Cornut. Oh my goodness. Cornut got it. That's it. That's it.